Hey guys, it's Austin back today with another YouTube video. Finally, we've reached the long-awaited debut of my Christmas display. Now, I will say this will be how the layout's going to work the rest of the year. However, I do have in mind that I might get one more inflatable. It's actually currently one that's not sold in stores and is not available anywhere other than for resale, but I'll get to that maybe towards the end of the video, or I might do like an explanation video on it someday, because I feel like that inflatable alone will probably need a review especially. But as of now, this is my current lineup of Christmas inflatables. Like I said, I did a lot of my inflatable buying before the season began, so you all probably know from like my community tab and some other videos and shorts of what I've picked up. But without further ado, we'll get on to the display. First up here, to complete the framing of the driveway, I have my 20-foot tall standard at-home snowman. I will say, I really do appreciate this guy a little bit more this year, despite it having a YEF60, just because if you know that if you know by my short and by my community tab, I also have a 25-foot snowman over here, which we'll get to here in a while. And I must say, I thought this one was bad to set up last year. The 25-foot snowman has blown all my expectations of how hard it is to set up a colossal inflatable with a round base. But surprisingly this year, this one went up pretty darn easy. I know I'm going to shout him out in this video. Carson Inflatables was having a little trouble in his review I recently saw when he bought his on clearance. And I was like, well, the thing is, you really have to get like the stakes in the ground first, as well as like, you know, you kind of got to get it like all based and everything. And by the way, Carson, this ain't like a direct roast to you or anything. I'm not trying to, you know, poke fun or anything at you, but I was just kind of, you know, commenting more on the side of that. I was surprised this one went up so easily compared to some of my other colossals this year, because last year when I got this one out of the box, this one was a pain in the butt for me too as well. So Carson, I know you're not alone on this one, and trust me, if you ever pick up one that tall, it's going to be even tougher. By the way, it is a very windy day here in East Tennessee where I'm filming. It's not as bad as it was last night, because I had to hold off filming this today because of the bad windstorm. But overall, it's like, I guess, fairly light, but it ain't like very calm though right now either, because I'm having to catch the daylight hours while I'm filming this. Sorry about the glare from the sun as well. The first new for 2024 that I kind of didn't touch on my channel was the new for 2024 Lowe's tree. For a while, I was kind of on the fence about getting a tree design, because as you all know, my neighbors over here, they have the at-home tree from back in 2022 and 2023. And I didn't really want to copy them, because as I've stated in other videos in the past, I try not to copy their display like design for design. But I saw the Lowe's tree came out, and I'm also going to shout out, I think it's Kid's channel. He did a review of this actually, and I didn't at first know what the design looked like, because I thought, you know, just naturally assuming Lowe's would order the exact same design as At Home with the same like Christmas tree balls on it. But I looked at the render photos after I watched Kid's review, and it actually had the gold baubles, the white baubles, and the red baubles. So and it also has the metallic star on it like the new at-home tree does this year as well. So the more I thought about it, the more I was like, you know I said I don't want to copy their display design for design, but I mean, being this one's I think the third different iteration of this tree, I figured, you know what the heck, pick it up because, like I said last year with the white tree over here in the back, I'd always wanted, like, you know, a bigger tree to put over top of like my Happy Holidays present scene, because I like the effect of like the presents down below the tree, and then also my Bucky down here standing like, you know, he's walking up to like this massive Christmas tree where Santa's just left him gifts. And I always just kind of loved that dynamic last year, and I figured, you know, I really want to get a colossal tree of some sort to put over here behind him. So I kind of was between this one and the Hallmark or Slimmer Light Show animated tree, and I was like, well, I kind of want to get the Lowe's one just because, one, I had a Lowe's gift card, and then two, my town only had 2 stores that picked this one up, so it was not an easy find to come by. And I actually kind of got into some drama with like somebody who was trying to go out and leech and resell like a bunch of inflatables. Like, he was going out and like mass purchasing all these inflatables, like, you know, that are like the colossals, the harder to find designs and such that are not common. And I went to like my original Lowe's down here near Kingsport, and it had been completely sold out. But then I had to call the Lowe's up in Johnson City, and apparently they claimed as well that that one had sold out as well. So, you know, I figured, you know what the heck, either there's a reseller out here trying to leech these things, or otherwise the workers are not doing a good job looking. So I kind of called their bluff, and I went over to like the Lowe's over in Johnson City. Well, I went over to Johnson City, and shockingly enough, the employee lied, and then they still had their 2 left in a box. So luckily I was able to pick this one up. Okay, hashtag to the employee that told me that you guys didn't have this, you are a liar. But anyway, drama aside, I am glad I picked this one up. I think it definitely makes a good impact in my yard, and I also love the fact that it's another classic Christmas design that I was kind of missing in terms of colossal form. So definitely happy to own this. And overall, I think this one right here in the middle might be one of my favorite scenes of the whole yard, honestly. Now we enter Whoville. Fix Max real quick because he also has water in his antler because we've had a lot of rain over here the past few days. Okay, finally got the water to somewhat run out, but I think still the air pockets on it are just so small and it's hard to get it to fully drain. But I'm sure overnight it'll drain out a little more. Another new for 2024 I also didn't really catalog, or I guess document, that I had was the Miss Claus and the Penguin decorating the cake. I also kind of had to look into this one as well, shockingly enough, because my at-home here in JC, it only got 2, and I ended up getting the very last one because, as you all know, I think it's kind of goes without saying that at-home does have some of the best designs this year, I think, aside from maybe BJ's, and then the deluxe snow globe from Sam's Club, I think, has also kind of given BJ's designs a little run for their money. So I also did happen to catch this one, and I got the very last one out of my store. Thank God I was there the day I did get it, because later on I came back and there was like more of them gone off the shelves, and I was like, you know, if I would have missed this design, I would have been really PO'd, because I was thinking of designs that I was trying to complete like my North Pole scene with, and I thought, like, you know, I do have the Santa and Miss Claus Colossal, but I also wanted to kind of get like one more smaller freestanding design with Miss Claus. So I figured, you know, since they had this one, plus you add in the bonus that it's animated with the cake that moves side to side with the rotational disc down here, I thought it was a great pickup to pick up for, you know, just in general future North Pole scenes, as well as, you know, pairing them with the Santa Claus designs I have. So very happy I was able to look into this one. And I don't know if you guys know how difficult this one is to find. I do know for a fact that the Santa and the Miss Claus, they're getting pretty difficult to find, and I think that it won't be much longer till the 25-foot deluxe colossal snowman's harder to find as well, but it may already be there as it is. But I will say, at-home designs, they're flying off the shelves this year, so if y'all want to pick up any of the designs you see in my yard, you better go get them pretty darn quickly, if I must say. here. Mr. Claus, you have some leaves down here. Also in the back of the fire truck too. This one always just seems to collect leaves every year. Grand Candy Cane Tunnel lighting the way into the biggest North Pole display that I've ever done, and probably the most exciting colossal Rushmore that I've done. This one always gets caught when it's wet from rain. And I will say this one has been probably the most complimented design and probably maybe one of the more underrated designs, even though in its own right it is a very decent, high quality inflatable. Like I was saying in my review that I made a few months ago, I mean, I can't get enough of how well detailed this inflatable is. I'd honestly say, aside from maybe the Grand Candy Cane Tunnel, this might be the most detailed Santa Claus inflatable that I have. So to Infla, I say thank you again for listing this for sale, because I absolutely love this design. Probably one of my new favorite Christmas designs that I have, aside from obviously just the bombastic colossal inflatables and some of the more detailed just animated scenes that I picked up. But I absolutely am just loving this design. I mean, can't get any much better than this one. The best animated design in my Christmas display by far and miles ahead. Let's see here. Get you a little front view of the reindeer going up and down as well.
Christmas magic is everywhere.
See, I might have to move over here a little bit at an angle because the Elf Scout's globe is a little fogged up from the rain. Which, on a side note, I might still pick up a pellet globe this year. I know I've been kind of on the fence about it just because I know sometimes the snow will come out between like the mesh and everything. And I know, like, from experience owning like some of the mid-2000s designs, those ones, they always used to make a mess. But I do kind of want to know from you guys who have bought them, like, seriously, do they make a big mess anymore? Because I did see somebody review, I think, the Grinch globe the other day, and I saw like it had like a mesh protection area in between it, like where it would keep the snow from coming out like when it's deflated and stored. And I was kind of wondering, would it be a less messy job to put it away? Because if it is, I might still try to pick one up. But I've been kind of on the fence because I can't decide, do I want the BJ's globe or do I want the Grinch globe? It's the online exclusive, which, like I said, I don't really know the availability status on either of those. I know that the BJ's globe is on Yard Inflatables, but I don't know about the Grinch globe. I don't know if Walmart still has it or not, but I am going to try maybe pick up one of those as well. But just let me know in the comments if that's still a messy job to put one of those away. And lo and behold, here they are finally. The biggest duo in my display, the Santa and the Miss Claus. I swear I can't get enough of this design. And I mean, I'm not kidding you when I said, when I will tell you this. Like the moment that I literally laid these guys flat in the yard where they were just fabric laying on the ground, people were already stopping to look at these things, even when they were not even inflated. And I was like, wow, it don't even take inflating these things to get people to stop. And I was like, golly, you're joking, right? And I was like, wow. I said, just you wait till these things get inflated and then you'll really be having a party. Just heard that sound. That was some ice that got caught on the white strand of my deer. So, by the way, it's also been absolutely freezing here in Tennessee. So we've had a lot of snowy cold weather. So, but yeah, these guys, I could not be more happy than when I picked these people up, because when I got these two, I knew it would be kind of like the deer over here last year. I said these things will fly off the shelves quickly, because two at home don't really stock like the deluxe colossals that highly in their stores. I think all the ones I ever went to, like these, were only like in boxes of 2. So I was like, yep, I picked these things up probably as early as I really needed to get them, because otherwise, if I'd waited till like October, these two would have probably been gone. So I know you can't hardly find these guys anywhere anymore at home, unless maybe there might be a few stores in circulation that still have these for like order. But I'm very happy I picked these two up when I did, because otherwise it would have been near impossible to find those. Let's see, get Mr. Deer up here. And FYI, this open space right here below the undried Halloween inflatables, I still need to get my Angel out of the storage unit. So she will be making a later appearance in my nighttime vid, but that's where she is. Currently, she's still in storage. You know, work just get me a little behind. See, let me unfold the flag. I can't remember if we got this at home last year or where we got this one, but I really like this flag because of that old rustic red truck with the reef and the presents. I always love like that old rustic Christmas feel, if y'all know what I mean. Also did my bushes this year candy peppermint themed. Well, I should say my mom did all the work with that. I didn't do any of that. I was more involved with the creation of the inflatables than anything, as you all know. Well, not the creation, but the setup. I should be more proper. Can I say, if I was an engineer who could build inflatables, I'd be probably making bank right now. And like I was saying in last year's Christmas display video, this is the one that we did surprise my dad with on Christmas Day. I mean, you know, whenever they when they release a brand new Peanuts display and design, you know I ain't gonna pass up on it. However, this year I've kind of had to retract that statement, because that freaking car at Lowe's, that thing deserves a base fan, and it should not have LEDs. And even the bigger crime is that they're actually charging $160 for it as if it was a base fan. Shame on you, Lowe's. Only thing I can say is for shame. Why would you do that to people who collect Peanuts inflatables? But getting off that little nitpick, I do love this design. Very, very nice. Great homage to like my old Snoopy scooter design, which unfortunately finned out and its fan don't inflate it that great anymore. But Anyway, I am glad I picked this one up last year on 75 off clearance, because this one, it definitely adds a lot to my peanuts area and such. And might be trying to look at getting the at-home nativity scene that was re-released this year. I hadn't decided yet, but I think the store that I live closest to, it's sold out, but I might have to look and see if I can buy it off the line if the shipping ain't outrageous. But definitely looking to pick that one up as well, potentially. Let's see here. Get Snoopy on the Zamboni up. I think that one of his stitching areas, I think, may have tore because his head always leans over. Either that, or I think just the strand in it, I think, just always makes it lean worse. But I've always had issues with him whenever he's like shaking and animating. But yeah, I finally got him up. One of my all-time other favorite inflatables, the Snoopy and the Woodstock plane. These things, I think, are definitely getting harder to find as well, because this is like a 2017 design, and mine is still going strong to this day. Animation's good, not really very much fading on it other than just slight parts on the wing, and it's just perfect. I love this design. And quite possibly the biggest surprise and overall just heartwarming inflatable that I bought this year, we do have the Hammacher Slimmer Light Show Polar Bear scene. It's kind of like I've said over the years, I have always wanted to pick up a Hammacher Slimmer design, but as you all know, they are very expensive and they are not really that affordable. They're more for like hardcore collectors and people who like really want just statement pieces. And this one is no different. As you see, it's got the head turning element up here, the flock polar bear with the fur on it, and then over here on the side, I don't know if you can see that too well, but it does have 3 different light show projectors in it. It has pellet snow in the back of it, like not like literal pellet snow, but like pellet snow projection, snowflake projections on the neck area and the butt area, and then down here at the mid on another area snow pellets as well. But I could not be more happier to own this design. It was actually, I also got to give Infla some credit for this one as well, because back before Thanksgiving, when Hammacher was doing like their pre-Black Friday sale, these things like went down in price. This one didn't get quite the discount it, in my opinion, should have, other than the fact it's a brand new design. And I know Hammacher, they don't really want to lose too much money, but the good thing is, like I know a lot of people have said, these do get like a lifetime guarantee on them. So if it rips, if any of the light features go out or anything like happens to it where it cannot physically perform the way it's supposed to, they will send you a brand new one free of charge. There might be like a slight shipping fee for the new ones, but other than that, I am very glad to own a Hammacher Slimmer design, and I am just dying to show you guys this I'll show you all you guys this like in the nighttime view, because this thing is going to shine like a disco ball at night. I love the projection light show that's in it. I just am floored by it and can't be more happier to finally own this design. And I think I got that design just in the nick of time, because this guy here is not doing very well. He don't really animate well anymore. As you can see, his fabric has really gotten yellow and he's finned really bad, and I think I am going to try to maybe modify him with an extra fan. But even then, at the end of the day, I just think, I think he's just about seen his due, because I've had him out for like 7 seasons, and this could be his last Christmas display, which is in regards to like me wanting to add on one more inflatable. That's what I'll kind of get into maybe at the end of the video. But like I said, just hate this guy is going downhill. I definitely love pairing him with this inflatable up here, just because this one's getting so hard to find as well. And just a shame, like I said, that it's finned and kind of just, time's not been its best friend. And we go from one colossal snowman to ba-da-da-dum, Frosty Zilla. I swear, this guy is absolutely massive. And I know I used to say that so much about these 12-footers, but golly, when I say this thing is massive, that is a massive understatement, no pun intended. But I swear, this guy, he's gargantuan. I mean, I can't get over how big this guy is. I mean, and it's kind of like I went back and forth on if I wanted to get this or not, because I knew setup would definitely be a challenge and it wouldn't be no cakewalk to get this guy set up, which in the past few days, it's proven to me a lot. It's proven that you want to try to shake this guy out before you try to put it out, because if it rains or gets any ice or anything in it, I kid you not, this thing is like a freaking massive counterweight, and it'll hold itself down with the water in its hat and in the gift. So if you guys pick up this inflatable, I can't recommend enough. And I know you guys who probably have this one have probably seen this as well. If any of those little pieces there, like the gift or the candy cane, get full of water, this thing is going to be a headache to get up. So my suggestion is, if rain holds this thing down for you guys, definitely be sure to unplug it before you plug up the rest of your display, and then just try to shake out the water, because otherwise, me and my neighbor had to go through an entire restake job not 2 days after I put this thing up for the first time, and I was like, are you taking the piss, honestly? But anyways, I gotta say, I love this design. Definitely am happy that At Home came out with a 25-footer this year. And even more so now, I think this is another makeup for like the fact I didn't get the 20.5-foot Snowman family, and just the fact that I finally have both of the new Snowman designs that have like that similar design with like the simple face and the pattern gifts and then the candy cane. And to make this one even better, it actually has an appropriate fan, good old YEF 125. And it has really good reverb on the inflation bump. So definitely probably a 9 out of 10 on the inflation bump. I gotta knock it a little bit because I don't have a 200, obviously, but can't be more happy with this guy. And as we back up, you'll see just the impact it makes on my driveway, as it looks like a massive just entryway into my driveway. Yep. Come down for the alley of the snowmans. Or the snowmen, I guess, grammatically speaking. But anyway, that's my 2024 Christmas display during the daytime. Kind of what I was saying early on in the video, and I'll try to make this quick because I know the record time is going to be very long on this, but I am going to see if I can try to pick up the, shockingly enough, as I was just mentioning it, the 20.5-foot Snowman family, because I do have a few resellers who I am looking to get it from, and I figure it ain't going to be no cheap purchase by any means. But during my winter display, I'm going to see if I can try to pair this guy here and this other guy over here together with the hot air balloon potentially. Need to try to find a way to cover up that Merry Christmas during the winter display, but figured I'd just mention that I am going to try to hunt down that 20.5-foot Snowman so I can add that onto my collection. But anyways, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the night view coming here very soon.